You guys live?
What's going? No, we're not live.
How are we doing, Scotty? We should have been.
Should have been, though. Guest Scotty Scheffler on the show.
Chevy Equinox is your do-it-all SUV. From your daily drives, weekend trips, and last-minute tee times. Equinox's big touchscreen puts all the your music maps and tech front and center. We had an awesome show today. We are at the WM Phoenix Open. We are on the range, pretty much in the practice area, so it's fun. We're right in the mix. You can hear all the golf going on. You're going to hear from a bunch of different people, including and mostly Joel Dahmen, who we love. You know who Joel Dahmen is, and David Woods, who is a golf swing instructor. He's got Frankie twisting and turning and stretching in the middle of it. So all kinds of good stuff today, brought to you by Chevrolet.
Great show. I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore in the last episode. It's the same shirt, but not the same shirt. It's the same style. We don't have many different styles in the shop, so I just want people to know I'm just getting ahead of it. It's the same look that I had in the last episode, so it's not like I've been I got
the same look too, by the way.
Yeah, it's true. That is very true.
I actually this week, it's funny you bring that up. I did wear the same shirt 2 days in a row. The dark green one.
Yeah.
I just ran it back.
Yeah, you just got to run it back.
It's a great shirt.
Great show today. Yeah, amazing. We got into this a little bit, but amazing location we're physically recording this in. Really cool for us. I know a lot of the stuff can't be on camera. We are watching guys practice and prepare for a huge tournament in their lives. So it's been really cool to have this access. Shout out to Chevrolet for always getting us to where we need to get to and just being a really great partner with us. So make sure you check out what Riggs is about to tell you.
With active trim, Equinox is at home on dirt and gravel, polished for the course, prepared for the getaway. We love that big touchscreen. The bold, athletic, and confident style of the Equinox looks just as good at the course as it does off the map, and they've got awesome cargo space, hidden storage under the rear floor. Chevy brings you this show. Chevy Equinox is your do-it-all, go-anywhere SUV. Foreplay, presented by Barstool Sports. It is our second show of the week here at the WM Phoenix Open 2026. We got a little bit of a venue change for us. We are on the driving range, so you're probably going to hear all kinds of pure contact of golf club striking golf ball in and around us as we speak. You can see the 16th hole if you're looking on YouTube right now in the distance, which is a nice little view at the Coliseum back there. We got a lovely show today. We're going to have Joel Dahmen on. He is one of the sponsors, invites and exemption invites for this week. He famously took his shirt off with Harry Higgs a couple years ago at this event. He is a fan favorite, gone a little bit viral in a couple different ways in the way that he got into this tournament, including the clip from Eisenberg last week talking about Joel coming up to him and making his pitch at Josh Isner's birthday party, and then also the note that he submitted. So Joel's on the show, and then we get into a little instruction talk, which, look, everybody on this show, everybody that listens to this show wants to play better golf, no matter how good or bad you are at the game.
Yep.
And instruction stuff it just does numbies all over the internet. That's why every other video that gets sent down my feed, my algorithm, is some sort of golf instruction, because we all want to play better. So we got David Woods on. They created the Pro Sender. He's got, which went viral with Rory using it, a ton of tour pros using it. Alistair Doherty uses it. So we get into all kinds of different stuff on this show, gents.
Yeah, I mean, the place is absolutely packed. It's Wednesday at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Behind us, like you said, 16 is jumping. Travis Kelce just came through there, and the crowd was losing their mind. Someone hit it tight in the group. You could hear just the craziest eruptions. We've got Colin Morikawa, Hideki Matsuyama chipping behind us right now. This is a very, very cool venue for the fellas, and a place that, we used to just come here and get the chills just walking in. I need a coat.
That was mine.
Coat. Trent had a great line in one of our videos coming out. He said,
that was just at dinner last night.
Oh, was just at dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, because I said I got the chills right now. He goes, "Get this guy a coat." So I'm gonna start
really
bleeding that into my content.
Really good.
I need a coat. I'm getting the chills. This is like a chill-inducing type of tournament where it's like it means something. It's a very big ballpark, a lot of people, a lot of energy, and then to be able to be under this tree in the shade with some of the best golfers in the world in front of us, behind us, it's really a cool spot. So.
It is one of those events where we have once again just put ourselves in the mix in terms of a podcast setup. We've done it at the Tour Championship, and we do it at the Players every single year, where there's this nice little building here that I think you can get coffee and drinks at, and the range is on the other side. A lot of the players have to walk through this little area right here, and we've just directly put our podcast setup in the middle of it. Scotty Scheffler walked by earlier. We've seen every golfer that you see on TV has walked by our setup.
Put the Scotty clip in right here.
You guys live?
What's going? No, we're not live.
How are you doing, Scotty?
We should have been.
Should have been though. Guest Scotty Scheffler on the show.
Bang.
There he was.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler on the podcast. Use him in the thumbnail and the title.
Yeah, put him everywhere. Yeah. That's the only person that I want in there. Colin Morikawa, he looks great.
Yep.
I love Colin Morikawa.
He's got the Adidas on head to toe. Those Code Chaos
he goes
shoes.
Code Chaos, right?
Yep.
Is that a Trent Ryan goes Code Chaos, or is that you?
I think. Well, I was wearing a little bit of Code Chaos, and then now I'm. I don't know how is that new shoe line out yet? Like the Adi Powers.
I know it was all over
the
PGA show.
The Adi Powers are going to be my exclusive shoe for 2026. Wow. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I might throw in once in a while a Tour 360 if it's like we got to go win a match. But like the Adi Powers, the way, and I've been talking a lot about them like behind the scenes just to you guys, and that's how you know like if it's not like an integrated ad and we're still just like gassed up about shoes. That's how you know they knocked it out of the park. But yeah, those are the ones I'm going to be rocking. And actually today, speaking of shoes, our guy Nick Taylor wore our Barstool Golf shoes during the Waste Management Phoenix Open Pro-Am. He was 3 under through 3 holes and then hit one to like 15 feet on 4, just missed a putt.
Yep.
Nick Taylor looked really good out there.
He did. He loved
and
them
also
too.
looked really good in our shoes.
We, you guys came over from that and you said what you just told me. And I remember playing him no longer than a couple months ago out here, and he shot 0 through 15 holes. And we did this really cool video idea. We're going to go to TBC Scottsdale and we're going to play the stadium course. 16th hole is the coolest hole in all of golf.
Incredible.
And he beat us in match play before we got to the 16th hole. That's how good he was playing. He was 8 under through 15 holes, playing from the tips, playing with rough that was like to our knees at that point. And then when you guys said like, yeah, he's like 3 under through 3, stuffed one on 4 while wearing our shoes, we went on to the DraftKings Sportsbook, which is a sponsor of this app, or of this podcast, DraftKings Sportsbook app. Go download that thing, use the code Fore, and we found, dude, I saw he's like plus 7,200 maybe to win.
I think it's 72 to 1, right?
78.
Like 78
to 1, and he's plus 465 to top 10.
I'll say this: first hole birdie, second hole birdie, third hole when we met up with him. Driver left side,
Par 5.
Driver left side, kind of like looked at it like, oh, stay right. It was perfectly not in the bunker, short of the bunker, just right of it. 275 to the pin over that little dry creek thing, whatever that is.
The wash, we call that.
The wash, we call it. 275, took a 5 wood, hit it just right of the stick, landed in the front of the green, rolled up that huge ramp, came right back down towards the pin. He had 30 feet for eagle.
Yeah.
Just missed the eagle putt.
It.
And I said, where's the pin? I asked him, where's the pin usually during tournament week? He goes, probably right there where the ball stopped. Like, no joke. Like that back left spot. They'll put the
where
pin.
my ball stopped.
Would have been like an albatross. We were all laughing. He was hitting the ball so well, we were laughing.
He started calling the shoes birdie boots.
The other thing you got to think about, birdie boots. The other thing you got to think about, and I know we're throwing a lot of juice behind a guy at 78 to 1. We did on the last show give out our to make the cut bet, which hopefully everyone has rode with the fellas on that. People that win this tournament often win it again. It's not, I'm not saying it's Augusta-esque, but they say the greens are very tricky to figure out. And once you do, especially if you're a local guy like Nick Taylor, he's won. Sky Scheffler's won twice. Brooks Koepka's won twice.
Yep.
Hideki Matsuyama, who's right here, has won twice.
Yep.
So Nick Taylor, keep an eye on Nick Taylor. I'm not saying a lot. I'm just saying.
I put a little on winner and
vanilla and
top 10.
chocolate swirl with a little bit of sprinkles.
I like it.
I do like that. He's one of those guys. I do have a feeling he's going to win here again. He loves this place. So yeah, I'm
sprinkling.
I'm in on the sprinkles.
Yeah,
Okay.
Marvell sprinkles.
Good.
We've been to this event, as we've said, for several years now. We did a nice, after we podcasted on Monday, we did a nice little tour of all of the venues. What do you guys think of sort of getting the real full tour of the venues?
The greenskeepers over there is insane. When you go to the Waste Management Phoenix
great.
Open, you're in Scottsdale, you're in the Phoenix area. Anyone that's been out here, I've been out here for 2 bachelor parties. I've been out here with you guys. It's an absolute scene out here. As you can imagine, I'm pretty much like out of my league out here. I don't like to take off my shirt, and everyone's like at pool parties and muscles and hair and the whole thing. And like when you get here, man, like there's good looking people, there's music jumping, and going to greenskeepers, it looks like a Scottsdale like club. It's nuts. There's a Formula 1 car in there. There's like cool people, sushi. It's a really cool scene, man. We got a really good look, and obviously the access you're getting now being a Thunderbird and like running this tournament with your group. It's been really cool to see the behind the scenes stuff. It really has been.
And 16 as a whole is insane.
Oh my God!
The way that came together.
Those what do we call them? Pin high suites.
Pin high suites, baby.
Oh,
Those are brand new. There's 5 of them in that whole brand new area. So if folks are watching on throughout the weekend, you're going to see, I'm sure it'll be highlighted in the coverage a little bit, or that you'll be able to see. But if it's not, just so that you know, when you're looking at the green from the tee, on the left side of the green, like right next to the green, on the level of the green, are 5 new suites that are cut out into the structure, basically, where it used to be that was just scrim, as we call it, which is just like banner.
Yep.
And would just be like a white banner that said WM Phoenix Open on it or whatever. They decided to build into those with the new structure and the new technology and the whole deal. They were able to build into these insane suites. And it was funny because in one of our meetings in the earlier part of last year, after it had been approved and we learned that it was doing it, the one thing that they brought to the meeting to showcase was this rendering, and the rendering was horrific. Like, it just like had no detail. You could barely see. We were like, that's the new Pin High Suites? Okay, we'll see. It looked like it might be claustrophobic. There's worries that, like, you know, if you go to certain courses that have elevated greens, because it's a stadium course and all that, but that 16th green, there's a runoff on the left side.
Yeah.
So there's worry that, like, is the suite too low? You're not going to see.
It's perfect.
Dude, we got in there a month or so ago. We were like, oh my God, this is the best thing on property instantly.
Took my breath away.
Yeah.
It was legitimately one of the only views of a golf course that I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like, I've never really been at that eye level where the pin is quite literally at your eye. So every time someone comes in with an approach shot, or I mean one of their tee shots, the satisfaction, it was a very satisfying viewing experience of golf. That's what I'll say. Like, you didn't
watching
have
it
to
land,
stress.
seeing the spin.
It's like right in your eyeball. You weren't looking down, so you really could see, like you said, like the spin, like it would check forward, and it's
Your
all
neck's
right
not
here.
up or down.
No,
You're
it was
just
weird.
looking.
It was a weird experience.
It's cool too, with like the
Very cool.
backdrop is the bleachers.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's
as you're
awesome.
watching, and it's just going to be packed with folks. So yeah, the venue's turned out well. The weather's going to be great. You know, it feels like the course is in absolutely perfect shape. We got a great field this week. So I think there's a lot to be excited about, gentlemen.
These guys are so good at chipping. Like, I'm watching Colin Morikawa, and I know we can't show any of this stuff, but like I'm watching Colin and freaking Hideki Matsuyama chip. Like, the aggressiveness that they can come down in on the ball and how soft it can come off the club face. Like, watch Hideki, and I know this is crazy. We're like teasing the hell out of you guys. Hideki is
Teasing
like,
hard.
he's taking the club back up by his shoulder.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
That
and, like,
tempo's
and the
so
ball's
good.
ending right here. If I did that, I'd blade it into the water on 18 at Big Cedar Live.
What?
No,
You would?
you would never, man.
You
Like
do that.
that's my point. Like,
Too big for the moment.
when I bladed that across the green, everyone screenshot, like, they're like, he didn't even have a clue what he was trying to do, which is true. And the big picture that like went
Which is
across
true.
like the golf instructor world, we talked to David Woods later, is like, look at where he was before making contact. Like, I'm watching Hideki Matsuyama, dude. This guy's got the club over his head right now.
Right, and
on
he's,
chips.
and he's flying chips like what?
12 feet.
Yeah,
It's
they're
crazy.
They're not going very far.
Not to totally relive that moment for you, but that divot you take before makes me laugh out
Oh
loud.
god.
It really every
Club
time
gets stuck. in
every
there.
time that
Just
video
like-
comes across my desk, I do watch it, and the divot you take is, and everybody's like, "Oh."
It's one of those where no one was confused about what was about to
No.
happen that saw it.
Practice swing was like, "Okay, here we
Should've
go."
just putted.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
actually doing a lot of pitching wedge chipping recently.
Ooh,
Dude, it's been great.
that's
Yeah,
the
we
Tiger.
did
That's where
two-
Tiger buried us. With
Yeah,
those,
we did
remember
2 videos recently that are coming out. Hopefully everyone watched Breaking 85, which I know we can't promote it, but because it's like, you want to know what happened. I don't want to spoil it. You got to go watch it. It's a must watch. Absolutely must watch. That's out right now. I was chipping there, and then I have another video that we did with Chaz from the Invitational. That's coming
Yes.
out next week. Chipping a lot with the pitching wedge there, really changing my life. Just a putting stroke. That's what Tiger said. It's
And
just
I'll
a putting
tell you
stroke.
what, it's a lot easier when Tiger Woods isn't there.
Oh yeah.
You know, maybe the pressure is a little bit off when the greatest golfer of all time isn't standing over you, being like, "Do this," and it's been really effective for Frank.
Bro, in that one whole video with Tiger, I duck hooked one into the trees and then
tried
chunked
to
a
make
chip
you-
that went like a millimeter.
He tried to make you hit a flop shot with like a pitching wedge.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
He's like, no, this
He
is.
had me in the sand off to the right. We tried it 4 times, and he kept bringing the ball back, and I was like, we got to get out of here,
Like,
Eldrick.
no.
At some
Tiger,
point,
we're out of the sand now. We don't have to hit the shot anymore.
he was,
You think
yeah.
Colin can hear us?
Do you think Colin can hear us?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
100%.
You think he can hear us?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. He seems pretty focused.
No, I know. It's just funny that our just banter is like in his preparation. So
we
when the
are
Waste
very
Management
close.
Phoenix,
I
like,
told
we're
you
so
at the beginning,
close.
we're in the middle of this thing.
We are 25 feet.
Less.
Less.
Less?
20.
Dude, if you had this putt from us to Colin, you would be kind of expecting to make it.
We always do this. We just put ourselves right in the middle. And I like that we do it, but then once you're in the middle of it and the guy is, I mean, this is a big event, a lot of pressure, huge crowds, rowdy crowds. You want to play well in front of them. And then you got 3 fucking idiots behind you being like, remember that time Tiger told you to take a
So
pitching wedge?
That's why I
It's
brought
like
that
that,
up,
too.
because I'm like, it can't be helpful.
I think he could like hear us, but he doesn't process
No,
any
he's
of it. He'd
not.
be like, I have no
I
idea what you guys said.
I agree.
But I knew that you were talking.
There's Tom Kim. What's Tom Kim been up to?
He's been struggling, man. I think the last year he really struggled.
Yeah.
Because
It's unfortunate because when he's good, it's so fun.
he's got a high energy guy. Was that a year and a half ago that he lost that playoff to Scotty at the Travelers
Yeah.
and was like hugging him coming
The
down the fairway?
protesters ran on.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it was just that it was a real look into how like not ready for the moment that he was, because like even Scotty's competitor was like consoling him and like laughing with him, like teaching him how to handle the moment. And, like that's the guy playing against him.
A little
But
childish.
But there was at one point a stat going around when he won twice
Mhm.
at his age, and it was like before Tiger won twice at his age. So it was
Yep.
there was a lot of hype going around about him, and I hope it brings it back because the golf is more fun when he's good.
It's definitely more fun. Somebody who's not childish is Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you guys, I heard a fantastic little behind the scenes story
Give it to
from
me.
Tiger Woods' ace in 1997. Which another thing about that ace that I loved was like maybe over the last 6 months, it went crazy viral on TikTok with like, they're going to go crazy or they're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Yeah.
So it kind of got me thinking. And one of the other guys in the Thunderbird group told me this story. And so I went on and did a little research, and ESPN actually did a fantastic job sort of like confirming and documenting this. But in 1997, it was like peak Tiger Woods. I mean, this is like Tiger Mania is coming like a month or two later. He's about to win the Masters by 12. On Saturday afternoon is when he gets that ace. It was, I think, 152-yard hole. He hits the 9-iron. His playing partner that day, Omar Uresti, is this guy's name. Okay? I got to make sure I get that right, by the way. Omar Uresti. So he's playing with Omar Uresti. They're like 10 shots back, but they're going in. They have a tee time just a little bit after noon. So they kind of know going into the afternoon, they're going to play the 16th hole with all the people around. While people are a little tuned up, everybody's pretty fired up. Omar's caddy is his brother Rusty, and his brother had told him the night before. He said, look, Tiger Woods' swing speed is significantly different than yours. Tiger Woods' impact speed is significantly different than yours. I don't want you to watch Tiger Woods swing tomorrow at all. He said, your driver doesn't go as far as Tiger's 3-iron. So he's like, don't watch him swing all day. You're going to get out of focus. You're going to get out of your rhythm. Don't do that all day. So they get to the 16th hole, and Omar had the honor on the 16th hole. He had like birdied 15. So he gets to the 16th tee. He hits his shot in there to like 2.5 feet behind the hole. Okay. And he said he walks off, says to himself in his own head, he's like, let's see you hit it closer than that. He says that in his own head. Puts his hands, crosses his hands, turns away, and looks at the ground while Tiger hits.
Yeah.
He says he listens to Tiger hit, walks off. He said he takes about 10 steps, and he looks up just at the time to see the ball go bounce, and goes in.
Yeah.
And he said he stopped in his tracks, and he just shook his head, and he was like, that's why that guy's Tiger Woods.
Oh my God.
Dude.
So, dude, his playing partner didn't even watch him hit the shot.
That is incredible.
How good is that?
Everything around Tiger Woods is fantasy.
It's magic.
Like just the story, like that, like just like the people around him having to be affected by just the way that he hits a golf ball. Like his competitors, the people that he's going out there to beat, can't even watch him hit the ball. Like that's what made him him. That's why he is this otherworldly figure. The people that were his peers had to stare at the ground while he hit one of the most iconic golf shots in the history of the game.
Brother says, we're not going to be able to like keep our lives together tomorrow if you watch him swing the golf club. So don't watch him swing. Misses the hole in one that's right next to him.
That is an incredible story.
And the poor guy hit it to 2.5 feet.
Right.
Said he had the crowd going, thinking in his head, like, okay, good luck hitting it closer
better than that. Yeah.
Guy dunks it.
There's also part of me that thinks like Tiger read his mind.
Right.
Got challenged by the guy.
Oh,
and
he
he
did,
said,
though.
I'm going to make it.
Yeah, I think that was good. Watch this.
I'm going to make. Well, that's the whole thing.
Totally.
Can you believe in all the things that guy's career? Like, we have one hole in this game that is like more of the party hole. Just it is the party hole. It's not even overly like descript on a day-to-day basis, as we've all talked about. If it weren't for the Coliseum and the arena and the stadium and all that, it wouldn't be considered like that crazy of a hole. But it is. It's the most rowdy thing. And Tiger Woods, who's the most electric guy ever, got a hole in one.
It's insane.
Like
and ignited like what we are experiencing today because of that.
Dude, back then I was reading about it. Like behind there was just a tiny bleacher at the time behind the green that they said had enough like room, like a youth baseball game, like maybe 40 or 60 people. And then up on the left, I think they had like 7 suite boxes or something total. And so what also made that day in that clip even rowdier was that like everyone standing around, it was no hospitality
right
compared to what it is now. It was like rowdy bleachers, but not with bleachers. People standing there. It was GA that had like gathered up on there being like, dude, this guy turned pro less than a year ago. This is the Tiger Woods guy. We're going to see him in person for the first time on Saturday afternoon at the Phoenix Open. And he's like, I'm going to dunk it.
Oh,
and then raise
God.
the roof for like 5 minutes straight.
Unbelievable,
man. I know.
All-time clip.
None of this is what it is without him doing all those things.
Agreed.
None of it.
100%. 100%.
No.
Like, it just doesn't get here. All these guys are not who they are without him.
And
one way or another. Like, just
Colin Morikawa is a great example. He's talked about it.
Yeah.
That's his guy.
even
There's a whole generation of
subconsciously,
those guys.
you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it's
I
just
see.
they're all doing what they're doing because of also like Arnie and Palmer and Arnie and Jack, and just like there's other guys aside from Tiger Woods. We're not like dumb to not be able to realize that, but this generation, man, all these people here, the excitement around the game,
Us?
it just wouldn't have been what it is without him.
Us is a great example.
Yes.
Us, like there's 0% chance we wouldn't even be in this career.
No.
If it weren't for
Never.
Tiger Woods.
Nope.
You know, I'd still be blogging about like Syria. Trent would be
Yeah.
He'd be doing coffee updates on what's going on in Iowa. Like we wouldn't be doing golf stuff.
It would have been that boring sport that people made fun of you for playing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of our biggest moments were connected to him. Dave's fake phone call.
Oh.
Driving you on his knees. Like, he's connected through everything.
Fake phone call, dude. He is connected to everything. Mr. Woods. I wonder if Mr. Woods makes an appearance at some point this year.
Oh, this year?
Yeah.
He's going to play this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
I hope so. I feel like the last update was what?
Is he not going to play in the Masters?
We go through this, it feels like every single year.
Is he not going to play in the Masters? Man, I'd be stumped. We thought he was going to maybe play in the Hero. He was chipping and putting.
I know the Masters is 2 months away, and he's not playing TGL.
I know.
Which, like, we think he could play golf in a cart. TGL, you walk like 8 feet.
Maybe he's just like completely shutting down all comms. No one, like, he's like, we've been doing this like update system, and I keep getting hurt. And
He
I
wants
keep
to, like-
revving it up. Like, I just want to show up on the first tee.
I would love that.
I want to say right now, though, the way that it feels is that he's not going to play the
I agree.
Because last we heard he was chipping and putting. That was it?
Chipping and putting, and like, I got to prove to hit short irons.
There goes European Ryder Cup winner Dewey. I cannot believe Dewey's on Sepp Straka's bag,
It's
and
a
he
good gig,
wins for the European Tour.
No, back to
European
back
team.
European Ryder Cup champion.
So funny.
Yeah, does he hang
Dwayne
something
Bach.
in his house? you
Dwayne
think?
Bach from North Carolina.
Does he hang something in his house?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
100%.
That's a huge part of your, you know.
It's huge.
It's an incredible honor.
And it's funny, like, we look at it as ridiculous that but like, think about how emotionally invested he gets. Like, if we know what they do for the players to get emotionally invested. They got Sevi videos. They're teaching them how proud of them they are. They give them a number when they become members of the, they do the same stuff for the caddies to some degree.
Yeah.
Like, those guys got to feel it, bleed it. Like, Dewey probably hates Team USA Ryder Cup now.
And it's so funny. It's just 2 Southern guys who are on Team Europe a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's like when Rory Sabatini played for who? Like Denmark?
Yeah.
in the Olympics or something like that.
It's like it's
Because like his wife was from there or something like
It's
that.
a little strange.
We got a helicopter.
Helicopters are insane.
That's like I mean, I've seen more helicopters here this week than I have in the last year.
I don't understand how any of them work, but I get the idea of a plane like getting enough speed and then the wind, and then now you're just like keep ascending and then descending. The fact that a helicopter can just stay straight, stay like stable in the same spot and not move,
I agree with that.
it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I
And
don't
also
really
like
get-
those propellers start at that same speed, and then all of a sudden they just rise like whenever they wanted to. I don't understand.
Why
how that,
do they? Do they do something to change
Like
the
angle?
the angle of the blades?
I have no idea.
I
Because
think
you're
the
right.
blades
Like
are angled.
okay, and because when those blades they're ripping at the same speed while
Ripping.
it's just not flying, and then
Ripping.
they're like, guess what? Fly now,
Fly.
and it flies.
I've never been in a helicopter.
I heard a great.
I've been in some helicopters.
I heard a great easy read by our guy David McCullough is the Wright brothers.
Well, I haven't read that one.
Yep.
I started John Adams.
Yep.
Fantastic. You've been reading Truman.
I'm up to politician, chapter politician.
We're McCullough men.
I've gotten through the war, and I
Hey,
was telling him,
where are you at, Harry S? Where are you at right now?
Harry S is still in France. And he's about to be coming back.
Okay.
But just I was telling Trent, like, just really, really great to be able to let's just like read the difference in the type of man that was back in the 1920s, and like, you know, faking
man.
your eyesight so you can just like go fight for your country. Like Woodrow Wilson, like making speeches that were changing like the viewpoint on life for all the citizens, being like, we need to go protect democracy, and like guys legitimately. And then you know what? And then here comes Joel Dahmen. So we've been talking enough about our books that we've been reading. You a book reader?
I buy a lot of books, and then I don't read them.
I do a lot of that as well.
I used to be a lot better at
Buy
it.
them at like airports, you mean, or what?
Sometimes that, but you know, there's recommendations out there. You hear another book, and I like biographies, and like Andre Agassi's one I just bought. It's supposed to be incredible. Everyone's
I
talking
heard that
about
was
that.
really good too. I haven't read it.
Yeah, so haven't read that, but I have a lot of great books that I have not read.
Biographies? You like history, or are you,
I'm kind of a history guy.
yeah.
It's shocking how I didn't pay attention to it at all in school when it was all like right in front of you, and you
Dude.
could have learned all this, and now you're like Wikipediaing everything, like Civil War, and you're just like, oh, this is
we were
cool.
talking about this for the last 3 episodes. We just read 1776.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
David McCullough?
I couldn't have
It's really
cared
good.
about
Buy
any of
it
this
and
stuff.
then
Really
maybe
good.
read it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's you know, couple years of history class. I would have
We
known
said
all
you
this.
should. We should be going if like our life expectancy as humans was to like 150. I think they would have readjusted that. Like you need more than the years that we currently have to go to school, because like we're just like idiots going to school. No one cares about it, and things are getting flashed at us where it's like video games and movies and friends and sports, and like I don't care about mathematics. But now like at 30, like all this stuff's interesting to me.
You're exactly. I never really thought about that.
It's like if
take,
our
but
life
yeah, you're
expectancy
young
was
and dumb, and you
longer.
don't care, and then like you're coming back to it all, and you're chasing all this stuff.
There is a
down.
real argument to be made that you should go to college in your 30s.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
When you're 19, 20,
In your
21,
30s.
all you want to do is drink. All you want to do is party and hang out. You don't
Yeah.
care, like he's saying, about the classes. But now, as I'm 36, 32,
Yeah.
like 38,
Yeah.
and like I want to learn.
Learn.
It's actually it's a great point. My brother just is back to get his grad. He's back in grad school, and he's kind of struggling in school. I mean, like we all did, probably goofing off. And he got straight A's in the fall, and he's like, "This is incredible. I'm learning so much, and I love this."
I could see that. I could
Right?
very much
He's
see
like
that. You know,
actually interested in what you're doing and learning. And
You
you're
know,
learning
there-
from very smart people.
there's a lot of helicopters. Do you
Yeah.
notice that at this event?
There's a lot of traffic in the air here.
Yeah.
A lot of money flying across the street over there.
I bet you could also. I bet you could also bring that to the golf game as well. Like the older you get, you look back at when you were 17, 18 years old. Like not.
I think it's interesting because scar tissue builds up in the game of golf, and when you know too much, you know too much of the why. I think it can clog the brain a little bit versus
Definitely.
just a young kid putting and chipping. You never see a kid with the yips. You never see kids
right.
with issues.
True.
So because you're freedom and you don't like. I think it was Johnny Miller's. Like I was the best putter in the world at 14 because I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to make every putt.
Right.
And now we have all the data, right? So 8 foot or 50-50 out here on the PGA Tour. And it's like, as a 12-year-old, you don't know that. You're just like, I'm going to make this 8-footer. And now it's like, well, if I miss it, well, it's 50-50 anyways. It's like,
you're
you
just
so
justify all
naive
this
and
stuff.
innocent. You're just like going. You're playing the game.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, that's.
It is funny that I do think 10 years ago in my life, if you would have shown me an 8-foot putt, I would have like with my brother out there, we're all at the time, we're whatever, 10 handicaps, and I missed it, I would have been like, God, that's terrible.
Right.
And now in my head, I know what you just said, and if I have an 8-footer, before I even start lining it up in my head, I'm like, God, even like Joel Dahmen only makes this 50% of the time. That's crazy.
It is and that's like the interference it can run on your brain and some of that stuff. It's very interesting in the game.
You don't
of golf.
see a kid with the yips. That blew my mind.
You don't.
When you
do
said that's the only thing I've been thinking about.
Right, and it's like you don't maybe even have the greatest technique, but you just don't know enough at the time. You just know A to B, and you're gonna get the ball there, and the freedom that you can play with that, the freedom of a kid playing versus a guy even now. I mean, it's way different.
Totally true.
Very interesting.
It's true with like the golf swing even more so, which we have David Woods on the second interview of the entire show, so we get into golf swing and instruction, which is important. People like that stuff. I like that stuff. And we had Frankie up here. He was twisting them all over the place.
Can't
I think he
believe
got
how
sore
far
from
your
it.
arms got to go. My shoulder's gonna pop out of its socket.
That's why people stretch and go to the gym and those things, so they could get in the proper golf
Well,
position.
we learned I just hinge right here because I want to keep it all right here.
Right, it feels comfortable to be here, but there's actually probably more freedom going this way and using bigger muscles and more body stuff.
Totally.
Yes, which we're not in
No.
any way good or great at. But I think back to when I first started getting into the game, and I'd like top one or something, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I just missed it. I just like topped it. No big deal. Now when I top one, I start thinking like, oh, my takeaway was probably here. So then I got here, so I had nowhere to go but here. Whereas I used to be like, oh, I sucked. I topped that one.
Right, and then you just go and swing again. And you
care.
Exactly.
But I'm like, well, if I top that one, that means I'm in some sort of spot that's got me going here. That's not good.
Now we have all sorts of coaches. We have the TrackMan, right? We have slow-mo video. We have all these things. You can pick apart every little piece of every detail. And then it's like, okay, well, how do I play my best? And it's like, okay, I got to get in these 3 positions and your feels and all that stuff. And it's like I said, you missed one. You're like, okay, that was a little too much right. I felt this. I got to do this. And Fore's like, oh, that went right. I'm just going to hit this one more left.
Yep.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
So golf instruction, playing better, all that. You're coming off a great week.
Yeah.
Fantastic week.
Top 10 finish at a very difficult golf course. I feel
Yeah.
like you kind of like difficult golf courses.
I like when pars are okay.
Yes.
Get into a putting contest like the Amex a little bit. I just historically can't get hot enough for long enough, where Torrey obviously played great for 3 days, struggled like the last 11 holes there, I guess, a little bit, but also hit it in the rough, and that doesn't work on that golf course. So
No, it doesn't out there.
no, but yeah, it was a great week. It was fun to watch Rosie do his thing the last 2 days. Like, most incredible thing is he ran his process. Like, you talk about, maybe he's slow, he does all this stuff, but the same conversation with caddy, every shot, locked into it, hit it on a string. And that was one, like, the only letdown he had was his wedge shot in 18 when he was, up by 7 or whatever. And he just goosed it 30 feet long so he didn't hit it in the water. But that was the only time he's, like, kind of got out of his process when he did.
Do you, take some of what you just said away from the week?
Totally, yeah. Like, that was a big thing. It's like, oh, I can't swing like Rose. I can't hit it like him. I can't do a lot of those things. But I can be mentally and run through the process as well as anyone else, right? You can get the wind right, get the numbers right, make sure you're locked into all those things. And that was one of the more impressive things I took away.
When a guy's running away like that, what are the thoughts amongst the other guys in the field? Where
I mean, we all kind of knew we were playing
not
for
possible,
right? Yeah, it's like, well, you
guess
think you can get hot and you can maybe get a little pressure on him early, but I think he was 3 under 3 anyway. So it's like, at that point, see you later. But at that point, second place is still really good. So
Totally.
you're trying to grab that number and look at what that number is. And when you get to that top 10 mark, the points are huge for me this year. The check is also really nice.
Awesome.
So
Great.
pretty aware of what
check?
he is coming
What was
in.
that check? What was that check?
It was $301,000. Taxes in California are a lot though.
Yeah,
and
I was
my-
hearing that guys, that matters to you guys. 'Cause
Well,
you get paid by where you were playing.
correct. Yeah.
Or
So
you get taxed by
you
where
get
you were
taxed
playing.
in every
You get
state.
taxed by where you
So
play.
they just pull the taxes out before they send the check.
No.
Oh,
We get the whole check and then we have to put in our separate tax account.
Oh, you guys have to have the best tax guys ever.
We pay a lot of money for
I was
that.
gonna say.
Yeah, it's more than
'Cause that's
random
money-
Joe Schmo who's going
yeah,
9 to
'cause
5.
That's money
for sure.
that you can't
And if-
spend. That's got to go to Uncle Sam at the end of the year.
It is. So most guys out here pay quarterly taxes, but how we do it, my wife just takes out 30% of every paycheck,
Wow.
puts in the tax account, and then that thing grows and builds throughout the year. And you look at that, and then your guy's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take out the tax now," and I'm like, "Oh, that was so much money that is going." I think
Yes.
if you are lucky enough or blessed enough to be in the top tax bracket, you should be able to designate at least 10% of your taxes to where you want them to go.
I
So-
will vote for you right now.
I would love,
It's a
you put
great
it, you
policy.
get to go into your school systems, you get to put them in whatever you need in your local area, or like the hotel
Has
I
to
grew
be
up
spent.
in.
Here are your options.
Yes, that's it. Right, and
Right,
it's
'cause
not
a lot
it's
of
not
the
going to
frustration
disappear in
is
the thin
around
air.
like I don't know where
Where's
this
it
is going.
Right. I mean, this is and not bitching about how much money we're
No,
making.
no.
But
It's a good idea.
Right. It's a thing. It's like, hey, if you're, think about how much like, guys are making, well, Scotty, whatever, 25 million a year. Like he's paying what, 5 to 10 million in taxes on that. So it's like, well, why can't he just make his Dallas area great or whatever? It's like even better.
Right. Make a real impact.
It's not all of it, but you're saying 10%.
Yeah, sure.
Something. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I think
that's
if you have crappy roads in your town, like, all right, well, I'm going to make the roads better this year.
We just did a DraftKings event last night, and we were playing for charities, and like it was cool to know that if any of us win, that like exactly where that money is going, as opposed to just being like, we're just gonna pull this and we're gonna give it away.
And I mean, what America's how many trillions in debt or whatever that number. I mean, I don't. It's crazy to think.
Trillions.
But if you,
it's trillions. I like when people just say the term trillions.
It's like
what does that mean?
You got to really sit down and think about how many numbers that is.
How many billions is that?
That is
990.
Is a trillion is got to be
a million?
1,000 billion.
It's either 1,000 billion.
It's 1,000.
Okay. 1,000 billions.
I don't know that answer.
We went from a good idea to trying to figure out how much a trillion is. Public office, Joel Dahmen, maybe.
Not doing that.
Not on the agenda.
I'm very apolitical. I don't like the left or the right. I think it's all mostly bad.
The tax thing is a good idea, though.
I don't hate that.
I'm into it.
I'm in on that.
Yeah, I would give you my vote.
Me too.
So you and I played golf together probably 3 weeks or so ago.
Yeah.
Really, nobody in our group played well.
No.
You and I didn't have our best. You still shot.
Looking shot
solid.
even or 100.
Yeah. So it's not horrific. But what is the difference between you going from? I mean, obviously switch on, switch off. We were having drinks, we were having a good time. But what's the difference between you going? Because I was texting my boy Luke Strode, and he's texting
Luke
me
yesterday.
He told me he saw you. He said he loved that. He said you rolled by. You were like, "Is that Luke?" And you were like,
the rookies.
The rookies.
You're part of the
he,
rookies.
but he was texting me last week, and he's like, "How about our guys like at one of the hardest golf courses they play all year long?
Funny.
Our guys just out there in second place right now at this Torrey Pines U.S. Open golf course where Tiger Woods has won 1 million times. He's like, I was just with him a week and a half ago in perfect conditions at Whisperock, and he's shooting 7 shots better right now than he shot out there."
It's it is that kind of switch. Obviously he's having fun, having a few beers and goofing off out there, but the switch is, it even turns on earlier, right? So like you're sleeping better, you're doing all those little things, but you're mentally preparing for the day, and you're that much more focused on every golf shot. The prep that I've put in the last 3 days, even before last week in Amex, and you just get better and better into your really fine-tuning details. But it's really just about how much you're focusing and dialing it in, and because obviously every week's not that way, but you're
Totally.
It's unbelievable the difference of when I'm playing with you guys versus where my head's at versus when I'm out here on tour.
It's amazing, man. It's incredible, this game, how hard you have to truly focus to play it well, and focus even like you said on.
And every shot matters so much out here now that if you slip up on this golf course, you can hit one in the desert, in a bush, that you hit one in the water pretty quick, and all of a sudden that's those shots add up really quickly, and those so you just can't have a slip up. You can't slip up on a 4-footer all of a sudden, right?
Right.
That's a. So
does the family travel with you?
Yeah, they came out the last 2 weeks. It was fun. It was easy for us to drive over.
How does that help you focus?
It's actually great because off the golf course, when you're done with golf, I can be a dad again, and that's the only time I'm not really thinking about golf on the road is when I'm with my kids, right? So you're so with them, and like last week in San Diego, we're on the beach every afternoon and evening.
Awesome.
It's incredible. So you're just so involved with them that you don't think about golf. Get them ready, you feed them, get them down for bed, and then you're like, oh, here's my brain again. I don't have a 3-year-old yelling at me, so now I have to think about golf again. It's just so it's actually it's an amazing thing to have on the road, and lucky my wife is willing to do that. That's a lot of work for her, for the 2 kids in the morning, and I'm out early in the morning, and I'm gone most of the day, and so she's got to handle all that stuff.
He's like, mine's about to be 9 months, and Brendan Jones his just turned a year, and it's like it is a lot going on the road and packing, because you got to pack the whole house with you. Like I'm like, oh, why don't you come out to Scottsdale with us? Like I'm gonna be out here the whole week. You can bring him to the tournament. And she's like, what do you like? Why not just where he's comfortable? It's like I don't know. I want to see him. I want to be around him. I don't want to miss stuff. Like
right, especially at that age, they grow up so
getting
so
FaceTimes.
quickly.
He's saying things now. I'm like, come on now. I don't want to be talking to Joel Dahmen on freaking
You're like,
driving.
shut him up.
I don't want to be talking. I want to be there doing it. But
we have 2 pack and plays last week. We have
a lot of stuff,
it's
man.
So much. They have their own suitcases basically. You got all the things, and then you got to bring toys for them as well to keep them entertained, and it's a lot of work. But
definitely, I like the fact that they're coming with you because I really like that disconnect. It's healthy.
Yeah, because when you're out there by yourself, I mean, if you go to guys even dinner, you're gonna probably talk about golf a little bit.
Totally.
Yep.
You're you're gonna see it on social media. It's always golf that week, and then it's whatever it is, you just don't get away. And the only time you get away was with family, and it's great.
What's your boy's name again?
My youngest is Dawson. my oldest is Riggs.
Yeah,
It is
a great name.
It is a cool name, and I will say, as a guy with like a name tag on for the first time ever this week, and people that don't know what we do and all that, they will look and they'll be like, "That's a cool name." So it is a great name. But I've told this story to people before, but I enjoyed Joel, like maybe a week before they like announce on Instagram, whatever, he called me. He's like, "Hey, I got something for you." I was like, "What?" He's like, "We're gonna name my kid Riggs." He's like, "It has nothing to do with you. It's a whole family thing.
A family name.
Just please do me a favor and don't make a big thing about it." And I was like, "I won't."
You got it.
I got out in front of that.
That was smart.
It was great.
It was great.
Scott Scheffler just walked by. What's your thoughts on like what that guy's been able to accomplish?
It's
out here?
unbelievable.
Says one of his peers, like,
Yeah, it's weird to think I'm a peer. He's in a class of his own right now. He's better. I mean, he shows up, if he plays well, he's gonna win. It's like, I mean, he's like got to be close to even money. It's like Tiger Woods stuff, and it's literally the numbers are showing that he's getting close to that stuff. So I don't know how long you can run with this. No one, I think maybe only, it's very Tiger-esque of him. So for him to show up at Amex and do it again too, the first event of the year, you're like, okay. He didn't get worse in the offseason.
I'm with you on the even money thing. I actually was stunned. He's like plus 225 or something this week. I thought that was like crazy long shot. He's won here twice.
Right.
He just won the Amex. He won 7 times or 6 times last year while being like hurt from a self-inflicted knife wound earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a thing all year where every tournament he tees it up in, I'm putting $500 on him to win. And I'm just gonna see where we're at the end of the year.
You're gonna be
$1,500 already.
S&P 500. It's like it's always gonna be up at the end of the year.
It's the Scotty index.
You do that for 10 years, and you're gonna be up.
Yeah, because at a major, I mean, he could be like plus 400 or 500.
Done. He wins a couple of those, and we're see you later. Everybody.
Yeah, the field. I mean, he plays against the best field, signature events. All the other ones are going to be the best field, and he's still going to, all that. That's a good move.
So, is there anything that you like take? Like, I don't like. I guess the only reason I asked it was like, is there anything you can even take away from like a guy that's on a run like that? Like,
no, I mean,
he's just doing stuff that like you guys can't even really.
We can't be that consistent. He's just so consistent. The great like. I think that he could have put up a decent fight to Rosie maybe last week, but that was it. But just don't. But Rosie's going to show up at his next event and not do that again, probably, because historically he doesn't.
Scotty's doing it
historically every week.
Right. It's got to be in his brain, right? Because you all have like perfect swings. You all make great contact. And you all are like that delta can't be that far. It's got to be the mental side.
His mental side's incredible. He doesn't make any mistakes, right? So there's nothing sloppy out there. His ability to hit it hole high, hit the ball where he wants to, right? So it's like 155 yards. I'm gonna fly it here, and I could be off by 3 or 4 yards, and that's a plug in the lip or bounces over the green, something like that. And it's just like he just doesn't miss those things.
Now on the other side of that, for you, like, what's the thing that you do that you think that you're like doing better than most people out here?
My superpower out here is my ball striking. Is hitting it super straight, hitting a lot of fairways, a lot of greens. And when the putter cooperates is when you're gonna see those top tens and be around. But consistently. I think 2 years ago, I led the tour in distance from the hole with the irons. And then like the last year I was second. So like,
how do you tap into your other parts? Like when you're standing over those shots and you know that there's got to be a swagger. There's got to be a swagger and a cockiness to yourself when you're hitting those types of shots. How do you bleed that into the other parts of your game?
Like, we heard that swagger in front of you two.
Oh yeah, you said as long as you keep breathing for the next 20
seconds.
seconds.
That wedge.
We put that out. We put that out this week. It's one of the funniest things.
There's a few when you have a good number and you have a good pin, like you just know like it's gonna be good, obviously. But then that same way, like you can't access some pins. You're like, I gotta aim 25, but that's still a great golf shot if you hit it where you're looking, right? So it's not always, especially this week, it's gonna be firm and fast with the wind. You're not gonna be able to access some pins, so you gotta dime one in there to 30 feet. But that's part of the
mental side, the confidence side. It always just interests me so much as a fan, like, because that to me is where that's the difference between like a 2-stroke win, because
totally
everything is pretty much, the parity out here is insane,
right?
In terms
and
of
razor thin on those things, so it's whoever makes a few putts, you get a good bounce this way, you get a good bounce that way, those little things.
Right, guys who lose by 1 stroke at the end of the week. What is that?
Well, you could pick any one out of the 270 shots you hit, right?
Yeah, sneeze over a chip or something.
Totally.
It's like lost me 500,000.
Or you get a gust of wind or something. Right?
Yes,
it's a no-brainer there.
It's gotta drive you crazy.
You obviously last year you didn't finish inside top 100,
right?
But you're still playing in events and at events. What is your? We've been doing this podcast for 9 years. I still don't understand the points and the categories. Like,
it's hard to
what do you
figure
need?
out.
Where are you at? What do we got to root for? Is there like is somebody
it's hard
got
to figure
that
out.
calculator
I
somewhere?
mean, right? It's so hard to figure out.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know. It's one of those things where I'm gonna be, I'm gonna play 20-ish events this year. Last year I played like 26 of them. So I won't get into like the players. There'll be a couple Florida events I probably don't get into, but then the summer and the fall we'll play them all. So it'll be a little smaller this spring side, but it's one of those things you just have to take advantage of every opportunity this year. Be focused every week, because it's easy to kind of get into a lull out there a little bit when you're playing 5-6 in a row. You take a day off or you do something and it's just not, you're going to have ebbs and flows in it. But this year it's got to be a little more dialed in every week.
Totally.
So
Joel Dahmen.
Thank you,
man.
Joel.
Dahmen,
cheers,
man.
boys.
Great to hear from you,
See the
man.
boys.
We always appreciate
Great
having
to
you
see
on.
you.
This is an awesome week. So we're excited about it. Ready to get going. I got a great group. I got Max Homa and Keith Mitchell.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a great group.
Cashmere
vibes.
Keys.
And Max is
great-
chipping right next to us,
Yeah, he is
actually.
right there.
Sure
how's how's his action?
Oh, it's pure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Cheers, boys.
All right,
All
Joel,
right,
go ahead.
Joel.
thank you, Joel.
Best of luck,
Appreciate you.
brother.
You're the
You're
man.
Look, man, golf help, golf instruction, golf training aids are an entirely big focus of this show. And it really reminds you why we partnered with Skills, because we need to get better. Everybody wants to get better. We do an entire interview for like 35 minutes on this show about trying to get better. And Skills has been doing that in all kinds of different stuff, and especially in golf for a very long time. That's why we partnered with them. We've got all kinds of great training aids, shipping nets for making stuff fun and engaging, the hinge trainer. You need training. You can't just go out to that driving range or stand in your living room and just magically get better. You need things to assist you. If you go look at any other sport, you go look at the field in football during two-a-days while they're gearing up and drinking. It's not just people out there. They got all kinds of machines out there and aids out there and training aids out there. They got cones, they got whatever it might be. Same with hockey. You go look out there, all the drills that people are doing, you got to do them. And in golf specifically, just because you're standing there, you need training aids to help you get better, to help you feel those positions, and Skills is huge for that.
Yeah, I mean, anyone listening to this show and listening to that interview, if you're not jacked up to try and go out there and make yourself better and realize that the best instructors in the world are using different types of training aids. Now, we talked to a guy that made his own today, but there are different types of classes and areas in which you can help yourself become better at the game of golf, and Skills offers a wide variety of different types of training aids, and they're easily accessible at Dick's and Golf Galaxy near you. You go to one of those stores, you go to a Dick's Sporting Goods, and you go and check out where our Skills stuff is. You're going to see just how much better you're going to get at the game. This is very eye-opening type of show. The best golfers in the world right behind us are using all different types of training aids right now on this driving range. So you listening to this as just a fan of the game of golf and you want to get better, why are you not doing that?
Skills is the best way to do. It's the coolest way to do it because we partner with them. We got our logos. We branded up with them. Here's how you do it. You go to golfgalaxy.com/barstool or to a Dick's Sporting Goods House of Sport or Golf Galaxy location near you. Once again, get these Skills Barstool Golf training aids by going to golfgalaxy.com/barstool or to a Dick's Sporting Goods House of Sport or Golf Galaxy location near you. Super Bowl 60 deserves a sportsbook built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. We've talked already on this show a little bit of DraftKings. We talked a little bit about some picks, some things that we like. We do it all through the DraftKings Sportsbook. This is another thing that you're going to want to like and pay attention to. Anything can happen during the Super Bowl, and DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash when your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. While other sportsbooks don't offer injury protection, DraftKings covers the entire first half, even the second quarter. DraftKings is huge, and our code Fore is going to be huge for you.
Yeah, this is one of the greatest things going in sports betting. I don't know if people are paying enough attention to this, but you build out a parlay. Guy goes down early. You don't see him out there. You maybe have a running back score a touchdown. You don't see him out there in the second quarter. There's all these reports. He's in the tent. He's not on the field. He just went down the tunnel. You're freaking out. You're like, this. Everyone else in the first quarter got me my parlay. What am I going to do about this guy? As long as it's in the first half, DraftKings literally says he's gone, and we'll just change the odds on based off.
Boom.
If it was a 4-player parlay, now it's a 3-player parlay. You win.
You win.
So they adjust the odds. They give you that. They give you that satisfaction of knowing that, like, hey, I kind of got shafted here. This guy got hurt early. It wasn't a true pick. DraftKings is a leader in the game in terms of user experience.
And if you're new to DraftKings, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the code FORE, that is code FORE, F-O-R-E, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. That's our good friend Joel Dahmen. Always great to hear from Joel.
Really is.
Love Joel. I could tell he's probably feeling a little bit of like he's got something going right now. He's coming off a top 10 at a tough golf course.
Totally.
I think he wants to like build on that. He's got a big year coming off, so hard not to root for Joel this week.
Impossible. You want him to play well, home game, the whole deal. Always great to hear from him. He always gives such great insight. He's just need more people like him out there in professional sports where they're just willing to tell you exactly how they feel. You ask him some tough questions like, hey, why is Guy Scheffler so much better than all of you out here? And it's like, he's just going to give you the answer, you know? That takes like it takes a strong guy to be like, yeah, that guy's just better than me.
Right. He even said, we're like, oh, he's one of your peers. And he's like, doesn't feel like a peer of mine.
Yeah.
That's a very golf thing, though. Like, it's been happening for every generation, has always had that guy that, like, all these – because in an individual sport, and same with tennis, like, in an individual sport, you have to give the guys that are that much better the credit. Like, in team sports, you can always be like, well, like, we just had a bad game. Like, we're better than those guys on any given day. Like, the Islanders can be like, we can beat those guys tonight, no matter what our roster is. But, like, Joel, like, as an individual athlete, has to at some point when like one guy is that much higher than the rest, all these guys have to be able to be like, I don't know how he's doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and people can argue. They could be like, somebody could argue that Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes, and then you'd be like, well, no, Patrick Mahomes is winning Super Bowls. You'd be like, well, if Josh Allen had the team, you could argue
That's
that
what
forever.
I mean. It's mono y mono.
It's just
I'm
like
beating you.
No, dude, he just beats you every time. Like, he just plays the game better than you do.
Yes.
And Joel said, "Now I think we're lighting fire under his ass a little bit."
Oh yeah,
hey, man. Like we want you to beat Scotty. We want you to get up there and have a great week.
He also said at the end there, he's like, I'm pinned straight. Like I don't, my ball doesn't move, so like that's something I can build on if I want to hit. Because if my putter cooperates, which probably keeps him up at night, that it doesn't, like from time to time, because he is such a good ball striker and he does keep it so straight and he is one of the best golfers in the world, that when things start to go a little bit awry, it's like, why, like, and we've said this before, it's like he plays really well at Torrey Pines, like why can't he do that every single week? Right. It's got to be frustrating, but also he's so open about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he does this week. If he has another big week, it's the return of Joel Dahmen, and he's with the good guys now, like wearing their merch and like doing funny videos and really great promotions with like Melosi with his shirt off and all that stuff. Like he's just back in the mix. It's good to see him just like back,
Love Joel. Appreciate him coming on. Next up, we get into a little golf instruction talk. David Woods is he's got a long career in golf instruction, in helping people, helping their games, helping people get better at the game of golf. And then, what they've done the last 3 years, I think is kind of what he said, with some of their latest products and the tour pros that have been using it, getting into my swing, which he's texted me a bunch about. I can really help with your swing. He gets into it with Frankie's swing to the point where they get out of their chairs and they're going positional on us. So next up, we've got a little golf instruction talk with David Woods. All right, folks. Big week. Obviously, there's a lot of there's a lot of fun partying going on. The People's Open. We got Joel Dahmen. We've talked a lot about the Phoenix Open, but it's also a golf show. We care a lot about our golf games. We welcome to the program for the first time David Woods.
Thank you, my man.
Renowned golf instructor, and you guys in your operation, you've got it on the shirt, Pro Sender. We have a partnership with Skills. We have a lot of cool instructional aids with them that we've talked about on the show, but everyone contributing to the entire game of trying to get people better at golf is good. High tide raises, all that kind of stuff. So we want to talk because the craze that you've had with the Pro Sender, Alistair, our guy, using it, some of the top pros in the world we're seeing on the range using it over the last couple of years, which we've talked about on this show.
Yep.
So how's life been as committing to what you guys have built?
Yeah, it's been a great ride so far. We I think actually just this past week we passed 3 years since we launched in early 2023, and since then we've sold like over 100,000 units of that wrist cradle. Wow. Something that I kind of created in my garage with a piece of moldable plastic I bought off Amazon. Jesus. So it's kind of funny to think that. And I mean, I just I came up with that concept just because I was tired of looking at my own swing at the top of my backswing where my lead wrist is cupped. You know how that works, right?
I do. Well, we're going to get into that. Don't worry.
I got tired of it. So I'm like, gosh, if there was something that can kind of put me in this perfect backswing position. So, next thing we know, we put this thing together. It took maybe a year to kind of, get put together and bring to market. And, it got off to a hot start. And then when Rory put it on at the Memorial,
that's when it was.
It kind of just went crazy.
Yep.
And that's continued to this day. We're still, it's still a hot seller, probably one of the number one selling training aids in golf. And it's just been an exciting ride. And that kind of led us to kind of build out the brand.
So you're a guy that is, which I very much appreciate. Mike Barbuti is a great friend of yours. Todd Martin, great friend of yours. Those are two of our favorite people we've ever talked about on this show.
Two great people.
And, so they've put me in touch with you, and we've talked quite a bit about setting it up, which we got to do at some point. If you're like, I can significantly improve
100%
your action. So let's get into that a little bit. What do you see in my swing that you think could use some work?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I commend you on how well you play with some of the movement patterns that you're in.
Thank you.
And I think I think it's also very relatable what you do, all you guys, what you do out there, because the vast majority of your audience doesn't have a Justin Rose move, right? So they like to see you guys out there grinding the way that they are,
right?
But there's always things that everyone can do to make themselves a better version of themselves per se. So like the first thing I see with you, like there's a couple patterns that lead into other things.
Okay.
And so your extended lead wrist, so that would be like a cupped left hand.
Yeah.
A lot of that is caused from your initial takeaway that gets pulled so in and your trail elbow retracts.
Okay.
So as soon as that arm goes back and retracts behind you, the lead wrist is going to go into extension.
Like this?
Right. So the more you felt arm out and away, the more you'll try to get the center of mass, which is the heavy part of the golf club, behind the hands. So the more you felt out, the more you'll be incentivized to kind of get to a flat wrist or a more bowed wrist.
Okay.
So instead of that pattern that pulls in like you're starting a lawnmower, where you have to kind of come over it, and that narrow pullback leads to your left arm pulling back on the through swing. So the narrowness of your move, and that kind of leads into
which is like the little hump move thing.
Yeah, well,
when it pulls in, then you're not.
But the early extension that you're referring to, that's all like that's a reaction to three moves earlier in the swing. So as you're pulling down steep and out, your body's trying to shallow or to try to find a shallower.
Right.
So that's when you early extend towards the ball, and then you got to chuck it with the right hand, and then that lead elbow kind of pulls across. So in general, like if you looked at a face-on view of your swing, it would look the hand path travel would be a narrower circle than one of the players out here on the range where they're trying to feel width on both sides.
I got no width.
Feel
narrow.
Yeah, you're just going to feel narrow. So like that kind of leads into our latest product that we've been working really hard for like a year and a half on to create. That just there's not a player that couldn't benefit from feeling more width, especially in the trail arm and the downswing. Everyone gets narrow looking for a feeling of compression and power, but it's you're just steepening the shaft and making a very small radius.
Right. It feels like at almost every level of the game, whether it's my swing or some of the guys out here's swing, which out here means the Phoenix Open, best players in the world, that like there's very consistent things that people need to get better at. It's just maybe to different degrees depending on how good or bad you are.
Sure. And if you walk this range, you're going to see a myriad of different swings, right?
Right.
So there's not one way to do it. Chris Gotterup, who's a frequent user of the wrist cradle, he's a guy that you absolutely think you wouldn't see using it because he is he has an extended lead wrist. He's very radial, which means he's hinging vertically a lot on his club.
I noticed that when
but he's an absolute world beater. Like this guy's like a boss. I watched him hit it the other day. We were standing on the range at Torrey Pines, and he's just casually moving his driver like 187 miles an hour, just sending it like effortless. And but there's a guy who's saying, well, because of all those pieces that I do in my swing, it's not like I'm trying to change that swing, but the Pro Center wrist cradle helps him reduce some of that overdone movement.
It's interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's some in golf instruction. Do you feel like there are broader trends that go on that get popular and that it could be difficult to, as an instructor and guys been doing it for a long time, to like stick to what you believe
100%.
and not get caught with the trends.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I think everyone's job out here as a player should be to be the best version of themselves.
Yep.
And every instructor, their whole entire goal should be to do no harm. Number one, the last thing these guys want to do out here is cause their player to play worse.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, you can get caught up in, and I think, even the guys out here, people tend to gravitate towards the best swings or the people that are playing great. Right. So all the movement around with Scotty's feet, it kind of gives permission to everyone else to be like, oh, it's okay that I move around a little bit. Or you see Rosie swing where it's perfectly wide, all the work he's doing. And they're like, oh, well, that's how I want to feel. So, I mean, you got to be careful and not get caught up, I think, for the general public, but also for these guys. Because, I mean, everyone on this range, they're still looking for someone to whisper the secret in their ear.
Right.
And we all know there's no secret to golf. They're just trying to do their very best to play better. And it's interesting.
We'll talk about a guy that can move the golf ball. Jake Knapp's checking our cameras behind the scenes right
Yeah.
now.
He did just check our cameras.
Jake Knapp's another Pro Center user.
Pro Center guy. Jake Knapp used a Pro Center. Yeah. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
How do we look?
They always look great. Look at the jacket. The man's just pants, really.
What do you think?
Round out the outfit well.
What do you think of the fit today? He likes
It's good. The socks could be better. Other than that, I think you're good.
Yeah, I know. I should have got a little crazier with the socks. I'm a little sad.
You got to go at least.
Oh, there we
go.
go.
There you go.
Right?
Frankie's a big sock.
I used to be a big
You gotta-
sock
you gotta-
guy, and
you
I
gotta
just
tie it all
stopped
in.
doing it.
Those are nice. Those are really nice.
Same 20 pair of socks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same ones every day.
That
You know what I
man's
noticed? I noticed that the color ones smell a little bit more.
Do they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Something about like
Interesting.
the
You
ink
wash
on
them
them.
enough?
Probably the dye.
I am. The
Yeah.
dye. Something
sure it's all
about
natural.
them. My feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure it's all natural.
You guys have a good time.
All right.
You're the man.
Bye,
You're the
Jake.
man, Jake.
Speaking of a guy who can send it, oh my
That's what
God!
I mean.
Holy
Just
God!
move the golf ball, huh?
Sends it so effortlessly.
Looks
too.
like
It
he's
looks
in
like
slow
he's going
motion.
for a walk
Yeah.
and just absolutely send it.
Crazy.
That's
So
one of
good.
our guys, Trent. So Trent and I have a swing thought that works for us that we don't do enough, and it's usually like Freddie Couples tempo.
Yeah.
And that's
Mine's
another
Grant
one.
Horvat now. I just say
Yeah.
I swing like Grant
Yeah.
Horvat.
Well, that's more relatable to our audience. So that's good.
Yeah, true.
But Jake Knapp's another one, Trent, that I'll think of. Like I'll see him up on the range at Whisper Rock. He's over there probably with the Pro
Yep.
Sender, and he's just butter after butter after butter, and then I'm over there
How good is
jerky
that?
slapping at it.
I'm swinging as hard as I possibly can, and it goes 1/3 as far as it goes for Jake Knapp. It's crazy.
It's amazing. Like as for me, as such an amateur golfer, I'm all like feel and wrist and like try and get like. I have no technique. It's all like trying to be an athlete, like at
Right.
impact,
Right.
just throwing your hands at it. I'm very, very handsy. And for me, I feel like I took a couple months off by being in New York and not playing much golf. So you come back out, you go out west, and we do a couple video series. And like those first couple swings of the year, it's like because I'm so handsy, it's typically like I'm getting lucky when I'm making really
Right,
good contact.
right.
That like when that's off a little bit and I don't remember my certain swing thoughts,
Right.
I'm all over the place. Like
Yep.
right now, I can't hit a ball that's not off the toe if my life depended on it. And it's so weird because I feel like I'm swinging the way I've
Right.
always.
Right, but you're pulling in, so the
Something's
club's
doing-
getting closer.
Yeah,
to you,
like
so you're
wedge
exposing
shots are
the
going
toe.
left.
For
Like
sure.
everything, I'm
For
cutting
sure.
across everything. Like what is going on? Like what is that swing thought that I had in August
Right.
when I was striping it? And like because I don't have that compact feeling. So like there was something and I can't find
Yep.
it. Do you find like that's a common
Super common.
like
You know what I'd
issue?
suggest, and I wish more people would do this, but when you go to the range, spend the first half of your practice with an 8-iron, but tee it up like aggressively high, not way high,
wow.
but higher than you would on a par 3, so that you can take the ground out of it for a minute. So you can just work on kind of feeling your radius, making a big wider turn, less hinge, almost like imagining a Steve Stricker movement,
Yeah.
less hinge, trying to feel like your wrist joints are
I'm
a
gonna show you a
long way
video
from
real
your
quick.
center, and just feel like
I like
you kind of pick it off the tee a little bit just to take the ground out of it.
I'm gonna show you an example. I'll send this to the guys. Like this
Okay.
was my shot last night on 16, and watch the action here. I ended up hitting it to 14 feet, which is like laughable because I want to keep doing that. Right, hit it to 14 feet on the 16th hole. Awesome stuff.
You hit
That
it
was
pretty
good.
good yesterday.
But like, see how I'm coming all the way over the top, and I'm just throwing hands
Yeah,
at it.
yeah,
There's no movement at all.
yeah, it
That's
needs to
funny.
be.
I gave a lesson out here this morning to Alex Brigman from
Yeah.
the Cubs, and he was just kind of like, I could see the look of like fear, but he's about
Yeah.
to go and play in the pro-am.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Uh huh.
And he looked at me like, what do I do? And I'm like, well, you're moving great for a batter, right? And
Right.
That's your job. And remind yourself out here, like, people aren't here to see you absolutely pure it. They know this isn't your sport.
Right.
But obviously every, highly tuned athlete wants to perform.
Yep.
So for him, I was just like, you can't be narrow like that, right?
It's so narrow.
You know, and I just, you know, for his thought, I was just like, envision getting your center to third base as you change direction in your swing. Try really hard to feel like you rotate so far towards the left rough or third base, and you're trying to fire it just right of second base, and make sure you're hitting up on it. And he just like in 2 minutes, he just started thundering.
So as a right-handed hitter, you're trying to have him.
Yeah, and the reason I tie that in is because the reason you're flipping it at impact is because you're stalling your pivot. So if you watch that back from a face-on view or on the rain, you're gonna see the center of your body beyond impact, still looking at the face-on camera, and that's when the arms buckle and then the wrist
100%.
So if you felt more pulling,
so I got to get my body to first base and hit it out to short.
You got to feel like you're going to hit a block. You're lefty.
Yeah.
You got to feel like you're going to hit a block out to the left rough, and your body's trying to go to the right rough as a left-handed golfer. Because you got to realize your pivot's delivering the golf club, and you're breaking the chain of events. Because as soon as you stall your pivot at impact or pre-impact, the heavy part of the golf club is going to overtake the grip and flick past impact. And that's what you're seeing. And then you cause that chain of events for the elbow to buckle. And now you're just, like you said, you're trying to get lucky.
So I'm looking for an easy fix. What's the?
He's looking for that whisper in the ear.
So I gave it to you earlier. If you hit some balls with no hinge off of a tee, super wide, half back, 9-3 drill, half back, half through, and you're trying to maintain that radius where you feel like your wrists are a long way from your center, so that you feel
I'm doing it right now. Well, this is my first time I do this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I want to go with this.
Yeah, hey,
Right.
you know the Nelly Corda drill you see her post,
Yeah.
where she rolls a ball back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's her trying to feel like she.
Oh, I
keeps
forgot
long
about that
arms,
drill.
Keeps long
I
arms.
liked that.
and
I did
pivots.
that 2 years ago. I
Yeah.
loved that drill.
great.
I think I did that
It's
with
great.
like Dr. Brett McKay. We were rolling a ball back.
Dude, you're back.
The roll the ball back is the
There we
one.
go.
I just want
There
an
we go.
easy, quick fix.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fix. Well,
Exactly.
my issue with instructors a lot of times is they're yapping a lot. They're talking. You guys are talking all the time. Give me something that's like that.
Yes. Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
All I need, man, because my brain goes a million miles an hour. You said like a million things. I'm like, all right, I got just.
I know.
To me, man,
I know.
I'm going first base, block, ball moving
There you go.
back. I am so back, it's crazy. Get me to a range right now.
Let's do it.
I love that shit. Like that's
Yeah.
why
Step up
the
right
best
behind you.
instructors are the best instructors, because you can make a player visualize exactly what they have to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it becomes too mathematical.
Yeah.
Well, and I would
And we have to catch ourselves too, because obviously
Big time.
amongst our fellow coaches, we get talking in
know
language that's
everything
not
about the
fair
game.
to say out loud.
Right.
But we have to stop ourselves.
It's
Yeah.
so hard
Like
to
even
follow.
the content we create for Pro Center, where Sean and I get going,
It's
or even
great.
on the couch at my house, and he and I are talking about this stuff. We have to, our videographer sometimes has to stop us and say, okay, don't talk about flexion and extension. Like explain this.
You lost me.
And we don't
Right.
mean to do that. It just sometimes we get
If
going.
I'm
on
start
it, so-
thinking about flexion and extension standing
Right.
over a wedge shot like in a YouTube video,
Totally.
we're in trouble.
Totally.
But
So-
it is funny, like, because you guys, I feel like you do have to be stopped sometimes. But I feel like you guys talk about a lot of different stuff because you're trying to see what's going to catch for the
Yes.
student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, like,
True.
Everyone,
I've got,
I
like, my
think-
buddy
yeah.
Zach is an incredibly analytical guy. He's a good player. He's hitting the ball as good as I've ever seen right now. But he needs it explained to him in a wildly more
Yep.
analytical,
100%.
technique-ridden way than me. And one of the guys that I was working with, my guy Bobby, in the second half of last year that had the best results I've had in a long time, was the first time we worked together, he gave me like 3 different things, and then he gave me a 4th thing, and the 4th thing we really stuck with and we worked on for the next half hour.
Right.
And he goes, you realize at the end, he goes, I told you the same thing 4 different ways.
Yeah, different ways.
Right.
And the 4th way
some
was
has to
something that
resonate.
you just
Yeah,
love.
that's a good,
Ab-
that's a
Yeah.
great point.
Absolutely. No, for sure. And I think, you got to find,
Great
I think, just kind of back to your commentary on your swing, like you probably have a time that you can think of when you were hitting it really well.
Yeah.
That you maybe have a video of. And I would start at least there, like analyze that video from March of 2022, where you felt like you were playing really good golf.
Totally.
And even if you looked at it and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's some things I still don't like, that might even be like a jumping off point. Like, what am I doing
Yeah.
correctly? And if you don't know, you send it to me or somebody, right?
Yeah.
And be like,
Right.
what am I doing well here? And what do I still need to enhance on?
Yeah, it's total. It's. I think the biggest thing with how much golf instruction content there is out there, and how everyone, when you scroll on Instagram or TikTok, as a golfer, you're just getting bombarded with a million different ways to hit the golf ball. So I feel like us as the consumer of all of these things, we're like, what is the right way for me? And I do think your point about like watching your own swing and building off of that and going to an instructor and being like, this is what I currently do. Not necessarily watching, like, there's no blueprint to hitting the golf ball. Like not everyone's gonna have the same exact swing, right? So like that's the thing that always frustrates me, where it's like I've sent my setup to people and I'm like, do I need to be getting like my hands way closer to my body at like, and everyone's like, no, like you can still stand however it feels comfortable to you. Like you don't have to do that because Grant Horvat does that, or because this guy does that. Like you don't have
I like
to
that you're on the chase for Grant Horvat.
Oh, dude, his swing is so butter.
I want to swing it like Grant.
It's just butter.
It's so good.
It's like you probably like cream yourself to that thing. It's
no
just
kidding.
like it's perfect. We all do. It's perfect. I'm just saying, to an instructor, it is perfect, right?
So good. Yeah, no, I think you got to figure out what works best for you. And I think when you touch on swings, everyone swings a little bit differently. A lot of that also connects back to the way they grip the golf club.
I think my grip's all over the place. I told you that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
The way you hold the golf club is going to set the tone for some of the things you're able to do or not able to do in your swing, or a different way of delivering that golf club for sure. So
because that's the number one thing that Scotty works on.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
we see it. We all see it.
And it's funny, you see
time.
out here now, like everyone, I've never seen a reminder grip, like, Scotty's grip. I've never seen one on a PGA Tour range until Scotty had it. Now, like everybody's got it in their bags.
Scotty will use it in between shots. Like he'll like hold on to it during like practice rounds, like walking to the next shot. Best golfer in the world.
I know.
Will hold something that like 11-year-olds use. And like we'll be walking down from the tee box to the fairway and just being like talking about the Dallas Cowboys or whatever, you know what I mean? Like just talking sports, and he's just like gripping this reminder.
It's funny because I filmed with Podrick Harrington last year. We were down in like Tucson, and he's like into the instructional stuff online and all that. And I was just having one of my days where I was like driving it as in the desert as anybody could be driving it in the desert. And then my short irons and wedges were like really solid. Putting was solid, whatever. And then he said afterwards, because, we kind of gave him the like, hey, give each one of us or whatever. And one thing he said is he's like, I want you to go on Amazon right now. And he's like, I want you to buy just the $7.99 grip placement thing.
I think I watched that video.
And he's like, all I need you to do is just learn the proper grip. And he was like, and it'll dramatically change your swing. And then you look at all the other stuff too, which is like, I'm sure Pro Center would help a lot more than that. But, you look at all this, it's like Scotty is doing the single most basic thing.
I actually really
ever.
like that reminder grip.
Just looking at his grip.
I think everybody should have that in their tool chest of stuff they're working on, no question.
So with that I'm still on that push the ball back. Driver as well, same feel or different?
Yeah, I mean, you might have trouble pushing a ball back with the driver, but same feel.
But you want that same connected feel with the driver?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the vast majority of these guys out here. I mean, obviously there's various swings, but I think if you just looking over your shoulder, these guys taking it away, it's pretty one piece. You don't see them really setting their wrists
over the ball, by the way. I
like that. There's a perfect swing right there to watch. Like when they take it away, who's that? Pavon?
Yeah.
So that takeaway is whisking away. He's not setting his wrist until he's halfway back. It's not snatch back, because Frankie, as soon as you start setting early, you incite all these levers, right? Like you get narrow, the elbow bends, and now you got this little circle that you're creating with your swing.
I think it is. I played baseball growing up, and it's like
it's very in, right?
It's just and it's also like, tossing a ball to myself and hitting a fungo bat out to the outfield, like during a practice or somewhere, hitting it, like that feeling, or wanting to turn on a high and inside fastball. Like all that power came from like just like throwing your wrists at it.
Yeah.
Like I never had the feel. Like I feel like I can't generate any power by doing this.
Yeah.
To me, that feels so foreign.
Yeah, but it's not that you're going to do it without wrists, but you need to do it without wrists for a while to turn your body on.
Okay.
And then you add in the element of the wrist, because certainly the arms are a speed accumulator. Your hands are a speed accumulator, right? The body's pivoting at a slower rate of speed than the club head that's way out here on the moment arm, right? So it's definitely part of it, but you just got to be mindful to learn how to get your body to work.
I think if I went back and when I'm playing my best golf, there's definitely way more connection and like fluidness.
I knew that was coming.
Billy Ho.
Welcome back, Billy Ho.
Rifling golf balls
at it. There's definitely more like fluidness is the word I'm looking for, where you guys would all tell me like that looked different, and there was probably a thought of like, let's stop getting so handsy, let's get a little bit more.
Your drive on 18 yesterday.
Totally.
Yes.
That was it.
Slow everything down.
When we finish this,
I'm
totally gonna stand you up and make you move the right way.
I love it. I love it.
Do it right now. Dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Get him going right now.
We can do it. Let's move
Get
on.
him going.
Let's go dance
on this. A lot of people watch this on YouTube.
With David fixing Frankie.
a lot of people watch this on YouTube, and this is a good social clip.
Maybe one of the issues, if I start hinging, like, right, at impact, like, or at setup.
Try to feel like you're hanging.
Okay.
Okay. And then what I'm saying is this first move away should feel like you're trying to reach here.
We're still not.
You're not hinging, right?
Wow.
So you're getting a little bit.
Wow.
So you got equal parts tilt
Okay.
and rotation. And from here, you're gonna feel a little forearm rotation. But see how you're cranking the wrist?
Yeah, I am. Don't
You're
do
gonna
that.
narrow because as soon as you crank hard, this is gonna go in this way.
Totally.
Right? So just feel arm elevation.
Oh my god.
Because in the golf
Shoulder's
swing,
gonna pop out of my
you gotta
stomach.
realize in the golf swing, your thoracic mobility, like your rotation is gonna be this way.
Yeah.
But the arms go this way.
Okay.
Go up and down. So the more you feel elevation.
Oh my god.
No, I'm telling you, like that's where you've got to get.
What are you
right?
nuts?
So you were here,
Yeah.
cranking on it, and see how this narrows the elbows?
Yeah.
You're like that, you're gonna match it on the other side. So like if you felt more that way,
This is
a
beautiful.
little bit over this way. So you got to get into your trail side. Okay. So before this even finishes, you're going to land back on the left leg, and then from here, this is trailing. So you're just going to unwind. Okay. You're going to feel this pin a little bit.
Okay.
So get the hips to open. See how late this is.
Oh my god.
Okay. So whether
I
you
missed
do
the train.
this, no, but whether you do this in actual swing, this is the feelings.
Holy
And even doing some of this in the house is going to help you, right? Because this is the opposite of the video you just showed me on 16.
Yep.
So
I'm
the
in
video
there.
on 16, you're here at impact. No, stay right here and let the arms pass. No, stay facing me and let the arms pass and release it there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And then
doing.
your elbows buckled like this. And
Yeah.
you're finishing like that.
I hate the finish.
Right?
I've always wanted it.
So that drill I said on the tee, you should feel like very Steve Stricker, wide and high. Deliver here. Now just feel the body pull. Open. Don't pull here. Unwind.
Okay.
And then feel extension.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So,
Okay.
I mean, that like that's in a nutshell. We're not hitting any balls, so like it sounds easy,
Here.
but obviously.
Right here.
So and then you're good there, and then you can release.
Wow.
But here, go back to the top.
Sore already.
Yeah, because you're not used to
Right here, sore.
Hey, solar plexus.
Oh no, dude. Right here, right up
Yeah.
top.
Wait, let me show you one more thing. Right
Sore.
here.
Sore. One swing, sore.
Swing back to the top for a second. This is what I want you to do, like this week. Is how high can your arms go without hinge? Okay. And this might feel ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, but like I would learn to get comfortable with this. Because you're getting to here, and I saw you go massive crank on the wrist, and look what it does to the elbows.
Yeah.
So now you're narrowing.
Oh man, as high as I can go.
It's not that easy, but I'm like,
No,
that's a
I know.
starting point for you.
This
But
right
you've got to
here.
feel this. Like if I'm holding this back, like just keep peeling open. Not with the upper body so much, just lower body, open. So this has got a bit of a delay to it, right?
Wow.
And then those arms go. And see when you go now, those arms aren't buckling. You're moving down path.
Get a golf club in my hand, man.
This guy wants a range fat
Let's get to a
badly.
range.
And unfortunately, the new Widener does not come in left-handed, but it will by midsummer. We always
always have
a follow-up.
Let's get that Amazon material flying out.
That sensation.
Yeah, that's great.
This is what's going to make
Now
you
that
ride.
would keep me in there.
Well, you can't do what
Can't do
you just did.
Yeah, we gotta get that.
Right?
You
So-
gotta be a prototype in lefty. Come on.
I actually have a prototype I made for Garrett Higo,
Yeah, he doesn't need
but
it.
I'll make sure you
He
get to
doesn't
try it before I get it. He doesn't need
There
it.
you go.
Sean's got him striping it, so he doesn't need it.
No, I
so.
need something. That was great.
Awesome.
I've actually never had anyone do that to me in terms of like what to feel right there. That felt so foreign to me.
different.
And I know it's like I was kind of being like joking around, but I actually did feel like
No,
there was
yeah.
tightness there.
Yeah, you could feel
I've
it.
never
like
in
being
my
pulled.
life felt having to turn like that.
Yeah.
I'm also so stiff and I'm like so pathetic. That's why
Yeah,
you gotta
but
stretch.
But
That's why you gotta work
the
out.
less
Yeah.
the less you lever it,
Yeah.
the more you're incentivizing the body to allow you to get to a position to get those arms high. If I'm cranking on the wrist early and sending a message to my elbows to buckle, why would I even have to make a full turn? Because I already feel strong and in here. But this is like a terrible way to create power and consistency, right?
Now, that's a pretty massive change now that we're asking
but
me
that's
to do. Like,
but
is
that's
that
when you're going to go put it on a tee and hit
I
a
know,
7-iron,
I
clip
know.
it off at half speed.
Like, is there going to be a negative to my game if I start trying that and then let's say like it takes me a while to
No.
really lock in that?
No. I always tell guys, go play and have fun. But when you're on the range, like put the work in.
Yeah.
You're going to do your best to try to carry it over a little bit on the
I
course.
got to
But
bleed it in.
you can't go out on the course thinking golf
'Cause
swing.
That's a huge new swing.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hit a golf ball now.
Yeah.
Just to try it. Great.
Well, I want to see a
Love it.
report back. You have to send
Yeah,
me a couple
I will.
swings.
I
It's also
will.
why I think going to the range can be so fun and therapeutic because you get to go out there and like experiment.
Yeah.
Like, you get to
Yeah.
truly experiment, but it does kind of suck when you have no idea, no direction really
Right.
on how to
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
And then when you come in, and I also think it's really cool, like talking to anyone who knows a ton about the subject that you're going to talk about is interesting. That's why I like the Rogans and all that have absolutely crushed it with that stuff. You can have almost anybody on that's an expert
At
and
anything.
incredibly knowledgeable. So for us to be a golf podcast and you have somebody on,
great.
you know, like it's just everybody listening has some level of a golf game.
Right.
And so just like
Right.
hearing someone talk through, and as he would mention an issue or a thought or a feel, and that sends you down like 2 minutes worth of information on why you're there and all that is very interesting.
And I think it's worthy to note that there's
first year. Can you
there's,
believe it?
Billy Horschel.
Billy
there you
Horschel.
go.
What's the workout?
I know,
You're
I
looking
know.
great, man. Look at that
Billy
workout
just said,
regimen. he's
oh
got
my
going
God,
on.
Riggs the
God,
Thunderbird, they're going right
ripped.
downhill.
they're going down.
Yeah, he looks jacked.
He is ripped.
But
right now.
I think it's worthy to note that there's probably a bunch of golf instructors also watching this. And that's why you have to find the right coach for you, because someone will watch what I just did to you and be like, oh, that's not how I coach it. And that's totally fine
That's
too.
fine.
That's
Yeah,
why there's
yeah.
a million golf coaches.
Totally.
And I think that's great. That's what makes the world go round out
Totally.
here. But there's a lot of different ways to do it. But that way is
I'm
going
gonna
to
work
help you
on it.
based on what you showed me already doing.
Yeah.
You're super narrow, super radial with the wrist hinge, which is excessive hinging,
Yep.
right? Which pulls you into a small ball, small
Yep.
circle. So the opposite of that would be no hinge, super wide arms, entice the body to pivot. So
Yeah, because I'm able to get through. I mean, listen, it's just like it's not good enough. Like I'm mid 80s golf and inconsistent off the tee and inconsistent iron striking is like not good enough. Like I have to try and fix something else.
Right.
Like there's always that moment where you're like, oh yeah, I play golf and I have fun and I could just keep doing this, but like you have to try and get better. And like
Okay.
that, I have to put a little bit more effort into actually getting more consistent in terms of iron
We're also
striking.
guys that like I don't think there's a single more fun thing to do on planet Earth than play good golf.
I know.
Oh, no
Like
kidding.
it is so
and bad golf
fun.
is so miserable.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Struggle,
It's so
like, I
awful.
don't want to change my swing because it's going to take
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Like I don't want to do
And it's
that.
gonna
How
be a
many
bad
times have
stretch.
you had a
Bad.
bad round of golf and you felt like you're a bad person after? Because you're
Yeah.
so
Oh my
furious
God.
at your
No.
game. You're like, does this make me a bad
I
person
guess
because
I
I
have to
played
change
that?
Yeah,
my
and you are a
mindset
worse
to, like,
person.
You're a
than
worse
that.
person.
Like we're already having bad rounds of golf, so like let's
Yeah.
just have a bad round of golf while trying to get better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the mindset. Like it's gonna get nasty
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yep.
But
Just focus on
It's
the
already
range of doing
nasty.
that, and then when you go play, just
yeah, I like
be out
that.
there, you know,
Okay.
enjoying the
Dude,
game.
I also noticed one thing that I've noticed with truly trying to like change parts of your swing and get better is yes, it takes a lot of work, and then it also takes an insane amount of focus on the course.
Yeah.
Like when you're then playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
To like avoid doing the bad stuff that's easy
Yep.
and trying to like hit shots, be an artist, but also
Sure.
like commit to what you've worked on.
Well, especially for you guys that are out there filming content or
Yeah.
having matches, it's like you can't get too much in the blender.
No.
You're
Right.
still trying to compete, and
Dude, you're
produce
standing
some
on
good
that first tee being like Zyre Golf's just waiting to see where this one goes. And you're like, I'm going to go back to what's comfortable. Oh my God.
Waiting to pounce.
Yeah, exactly.
totally.
Talk to me quickly about the Widener.
Yeah,
Because you put this
absolutely.
bad boy on me yesterday, and I felt like Frankie felt 5
Right?
minutes ago.
Yeah, you're gonna feel if you're narrow, which is the vast majority of players, it's
Yep.
gonna feel very different when you put it on.
Mhm.
So, this was a concept that actually a fellow on our team had the first idea for, kind of like, oh, what if we did this? And that's when I kind of went to work with the engineers and kind of 8 iterations later, we created the Widener, and it's been probably a year and a half in development. But this is not only is it a product that you won't see anywhere else in the market, it's very unique, but it really works. And we've tested it with probably 50 tour players and countless amateurs, and it literally works for everybody. And a couple like a little bonuses that we had with no intention. So when I designed it, it was basically intended to be kind of a mid-iron full swing and wedge tool. And the more we've showed it to the putting coaches and the Parkers and the Joes of the world and Derek Dominski, you can see the adaptation for chipping and pitching, which is phenomenal, because you know how many people are like, yep, chipping, everywhere
yeah.
in the world of golf.
A lot of good players.
Yeah, and then getting with Phil Kenyon and Sweeney and all these guys that are the putting Jedis out here, they right away was like, this could be really good for putting. So we've really
awesome.
found that this thing is really has value to all parts of the game.
Awesome.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I know that takes work and engineering and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it was a
so-
grind. This is the hardest product that we've ever developed.
Really?
It took a long time, and just we kind of pride ourselves, Sean Foley and I, on being in the premium scale of the training aid business. We want like stuff that looks beautiful, that lasts, that
Yeah.
is very effective, obviously number one, and that the best players in the world feel comfortable with. So I think we've hit the mark on this one. And yesterday was launch day, and we had an insane launch of sales yesterday. So we're excited for it.
Awesome. Good for you
Good old
guys.
Sean
That's great.
Foley, man. Just some of the most consistently kempt hair I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes. He he rivals me for the flow program.
No, you do. You guys are both very committed, solid performers on the flow program.
You'll deal with getting a sunburn just to not have a hat on. That whole program.
Dude, I like it. You guys, that's a good team. It's a great team. Say hi to Sean Foley for us. We've had him on the show a couple times. He's great.
He's awesome. Sean's a great friend, and Sean always, he and I always joke that, some of the business stuff that he's learned from me, and I always give him credit. Like, I've learned a lot about the golf swing from him. He's just a true professional and knows what the heck he's talking about. And I'm just watching this morning, started working with Tom Kim, and excited to see what he can do there, because Tom is he was 10th in the world at one point.
Let's get Tom Kim back.
Let's get him back. We need him. We need him for sure.
David Woods,
dude, thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Think you got Frankie now. He's going to be tinkering.
I'm pumped for him.
I am. I'm amped up. I want to hit a golf ball bad.
Have a great week. Appreciate the time.
Dude, that was
Appreciate
great.
It,
Thank you.
Yeah,
that was
thank
great.
you so much.
Appreciate the time.
Absolutely, guys.